Let me ask you something. How many times have you told yourself a story about why you can't, why it's too hard, why now isn't the right time? That's the biggest lie you'll ever tell yourself. The difference between the man who wins and the man who stays stuck is simple. One makes excuses, the other makes it happen. Life doesn't care about your reasons, it only rewards results. So today, right now, you make a decision. No more waiting, no more blaming, no more excuses, because the moment you take full ownership of your life, everything changes. A man takes full ownership of his life, his actions, his failures, his success, and his future. There is no external force that dictates what he becomes. Not his parents, not society, not luck. A weak man will look at his circumstances and use them as an excuse for why he isn't where he wants to be. He'll say, I wasn't given the right opportunities, or I had a tough childhood, or it's just not meant for me. And in doing so, he surrenders his power. He hands over control of his life to something outside of himself. But a strong man understands that regardless of where he starts, it's up to him to determine where he finishes. This mindset shift is everything. The moment you accept full responsibility for your life, you unlock a new level of power. Because when you own your actions, you also own your outcomes. The man who refuses to take responsibility will always be at the mercy of his environment. He will always blame, complain, and wait for someone else to change the situation. But the man who steps up and says, everything in my life is a direct result of my choices, now has the ability to shape his future. Most men avoid this level of responsibility because it's hard. It's easier to say I'm broke because of the economy than it is to say I'm broke because I haven't developed the skills or work ethic to make more money. It's easier to say I'm out of shape because of my genetics than to admit I don't have the discipline to eat clean and train consistently. But the truth is, as long as you blame something else, you give away your ability to change. Owning your life means understanding that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success, strength, or power. You have to build it. You have to create it. And that requires making hard choices every single day. It means choosing discipline over comfort. It means choosing action over excuses. It means deciding that no matter what life throws at you, you will adapt, you will overcome, and you will win. If you look at any successful man, whether in business, fitness, relationships, or any other area, you will see that he has taken full control of his outcomes. He does not wait for the perfect moment because he knows there is no perfect moment. He does not rely on motivation because he understands that motivation is unreliable. Instead, he builds habits. He builds consistency. He focuses on what he can control and executes with precision. This applies to every area of life. Want to be successful? Stop waiting for someone to give you a job, an opportunity, or a lucky break. Go out and create value, develop skills, provide solutions, take risks. Want to be in the best shape of your life? Stop looking for the perfect diet or workout plan. Start moving. Start eating clean. Start showing up to the gym every single day, regardless of how you feel. Want better relationships? Stop complaining that people don't respect you. Start improving yourself, your confidence, and your ability to communicate. The harsh reality is that life is not fair. Some men start with more advantages than others. Some are born into wealth, some have great genetics, some have connections. But none of that matters, because at the end of the day, success is determined by action, not by starting position. There are men who come from nothing and rise to the top, and there are men who are born with everything and still fail. The difference? Mindset. The man who wins is the man who takes responsibility for his future regardless of his circumstances. Most men are stuck in a victim mentality. They sit around complaining about how hard life is, how unfair things are, how someone else has it easier. But the truth is, complaining changes nothing. No one cares. The world does not stop to feel sorry for you. You either adapt and overcome, or you get left behind. That is the brutal, unfiltered reality. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you can start making real progress. The key to becoming a powerful man is realizing that you have complete control over your mindset, your habits, and your actions. No one can take that away from you. No matter how bad your situation is, you always have a choice: to do nothing and stay where you are, or to take massive action and change your reality. So the question is, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep making excuses, keep blaming your past, keep waiting for someone else to change your life? Or are you going to take responsibility, take action, and start building the life you were meant to live? The choice is yours. Mental toughness is the foundation of true strength. It is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who crumble under pressure. A man who lacks mental toughness will always find a reason to quit. He will always look for the easy way out, the shortcut, or the excuse that justifies his lack of progress. But a man who has trained his mind to be strong, to be disciplined, and to push through difficulty becomes unstoppable. The world is not designed to be easy. Every man will face challenges, setbacks, and pain. There will be days when nothing seems to go right, when you feel like giving up, when your motivation is gone, and when life seems to be testing you at every turn. But the truth is, this is where strength is built. Hard times don't break strong men, they make them. It is in struggle that you develop resilience. It is in failure that you learn. It is in suffering that you grow. The problem is that most men are looking for a way to avoid pain instead of learning how to endure and overcome it. Weak men let their emotions control them. They get frustrated and they quit. They feel tired, so they stop. They feel discouraged, so they give up. But real men understand that emotions are temporary and discipline is permanent. Your emotions will lie to you. They will tell you that you should stop when you're tired, that you should rest when you feel lazy, that you should wait until you're ready before taking action. But here's the truth. If you wait to feel ready, you'll never start. If you let emotions dictate your decisions, you'll never reach your potential. Mental toughness means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It means getting up early when your body tells you to sleep in. It means going to the gym when you're tired. It means working on your goals when distractions try to pull you away. A man who is mentally tough understands that life doesn't care about his feelings. The only thing that matters is whether he did the work or not. Think about the strongest men throughout history. Leaders, warriors, visionaries. None of them had an easy path. They all faced opposition, adversity, and hardship. But instead of running from it, they embraced it. They trained themselves to handle pressure, to remain focused under stress, and to keep moving forward even when the odds were stacked against them. That is what it means to be mentally tough. It's not about being fearless. It's about acting in spite of fear. It's not about having everything figured out. It's about taking action anyway. Every man has a breaking point. Every man reaches a moment where he feels like he can't go any further. But the difference between the weak and the strong is what happens in that moment. The weak man stops. The strong man takes one more step, and then another, and then another. Because he understands that mental toughness is not built when things are easy, it's built when things are hard. This is why so many men today are struggling. They've never been tested. They've never pushed themselves beyond their limits. They've never had to fight for something with everything they have. As a result, the smallest challenge breaks them. A little discomfort makes them quit. And this is why they never reach their full potential. To build mental toughness, you must seek out challenge. You must do hard things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. You must put yourself in situations where quitting is an option and then refuse to take it. This is why physical training is so important, not just for the body, but for the mind. When you force yourself to push through a tough workout, when you refuse to stop even when your muscles burn and your lungs beg for air, you are training your mind to be stronger. You are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. The same applies to every area of life. If you want to build a successful business, you must develop the mental toughness to handle rejection, failure, and setbacks. If you want to build wealth, you must have the discipline to sacrifice temporary pleasure for long-term gain. If you want strong relationships, you must have the emotional strength to handle conflict. Most men are looking for the secret to success. They think it's about intelligence, talent, or luck. But the truth is, the secret is simple. Never quit. Keep going no matter what. Develop a mind that is stronger than your excuses. Train yourself to endure discomfort. Build the ability to keep moving forward when everything inside you is telling you to stop. This is what separates the weak from the strong, the average from the elite, the men who watch from the sidelines, and the men who dominate in life. The world will test you, life will throw obstacles in your way, but the man who has built mental toughness will not be broken. He will not be defeated. He will rise again and again until he wins. Excuses are the enemy of progress. Every time a man makes an excuse, he builds a wall between himself and success. It's easy to justify inaction. It's easy to tell yourself that you don't have time, that you weren't born with the right advantages, that the odds are stacked against you. But excuses do nothing except keep you exactly where you are. They give you permission to stay weak, to stay broke, to stay out of shape, to stay average. And that is unacceptable for any man who wants to win in life. The difference between successful men and those who never reach their potential is simple. Successful men don't allow excuses to control their lives. They don't waste time complaining. They don't look for reasons why they can't do something. Instead, they find a way. No matter how difficult, no matter how unfair, no matter how challenging their circumstances, they take action. Every man has two choices in life. He can either be a victim or he can be a leader. Victims complain about their circumstances. They blame their upbringing, the government, the economy, or their bad luck. They wait for someone to save them, for the perfect moment to arrive, for life to become easier. But life doesn't work that way. There is no perfect time. No one is coming to save you. And the only way to change your life is to take responsibility and take action. The moment you stop making excuses, everything changes. Suddenly, the limitations that once held you back disappear. You realize that the only thing standing between you and your goals is you. If you're out of shape, it's not because you have bad genetics. It's because you haven't been disciplined with your diet and training. If you're broke, it's not because the economy is against you. It's because you haven't developed the skills or the mindset to create wealth. If you're unhappy, it's not because life is unfair. It's because you haven't taken control of your own happiness. Excuses are comfortable. They make you feel better about not taking action. But they also trap you in a cycle of weakness and failure. The more you make excuses, the more powerless you become. The more powerless you feel, the less likely you are to take action. And before you know it, years have passed, and you're still in the same place, wondering why nothing has changed. But the truth is, nothing changes until you change. The men who succeed in life are not necessarily the smartest, the strongest, or the most talented. They are simply the ones who refuse to accept excuses. They are the ones who show up even when they don't feel like it. They are the ones who take action even when the odds are against them. They are the ones who find solutions, not justifications for failure. If you want to be that kind of man, you must eliminate excuses from your life completely. The next time you catch yourself saying, "I don't have time," replace it with, "I will make time." The next time you think it's too hard, remind yourself that hard things are what make men stronger. The next time you start to blame someone else for your situation, stop and ask yourself, what can I do to change this? Because that is the mindset of a winner. That is the mindset of a man who refuses to be a victim. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is realizing that you are in control of your destiny. No matter where you are right now, no matter how difficult your past has been, no matter what obstacles stand in your way, you have the ability to change everything. But only if you take full responsibility. Only if you stop waiting for someone else to give you permission. Only if you refuse to let excuses dictate your life. The world is filled with men who could have been successful. Men who had dreams, ambitions, and talent, but who let excuses stop them. They said, "I'll start tomorrow," but tomorrow never came. They said, "It's not my fault," and so they never learned from their mistakes. They said, "I can't," and so they never even tried. Do not be one of those men. You are capable of more than you think. But you will never know what you are truly capable of until you stop making excuses and start taking action. So make the decision today. Decide that from this moment forward, you will take ownership of your life. You will stop blaming, stop complaining, and stop waiting. Instead, you will do what needs to be done no matter what. Because that is what it means to be a man. A man without purpose is a man without direction. He drifts through life, moving from one thing to the next, never fully committing, never truly satisfied. He wakes up each day without a clear mission, without a reason to push himself harder, without a vision for the future. And because of that, he feels lost, he feels weak, he feels like something is missing. That missing piece is purpose, and until a man finds it, he will never reach his full potential. A man with purpose, however, is unstoppable. When a man knows exactly what he wants and why he wants it, there is nothing that can stand in his way. He doesn't wake up wondering what to do. He already knows. He doesn't need to be motivated. His mission is all the motivation he needs. He doesn't waste time on distractions because everything he does is aligned with a bigger goal. Purpose gives him clarity, direction, and most importantly, power. Most men today have no real sense of purpose because they've never been taught how to find it. They follow the path that society has laid out for them. Go to school, get a job, pay your bills, retire. But deep down, they know something isn't right. They know they were meant for more. They feel a hunger for something greater, but they don't know how to feed it. Instead of searching for their true mission, they numb themselves with distractions. video games, social media, mindless entertainment, temporary pleasure. But no amount of distraction can replace the feeling of living with real purpose. Finding your purpose requires you to ask yourself hard questions. What do I truly want out of life? What am I willing to suffer for? What is worth my time, my energy, my effort? Purpose isn't just about what makes you happy. It's about what drives you. It's about the thing that makes you willing to go through pain, to endure hardship, to keep pushing forward even when everything is against you. Because that's the key. Purpose isn't easy. If it were easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Every man has the ability to create his own mission in life. It doesn't have to be something grand or world-changing. It just has to be something that gives him a reason to improve, to grow, to push forward. It could be building a successful business, becoming the strongest version of himself, providing for his family, mastering a skill, or leading others. The mission itself doesn't matter as much as the commitment to it. A man with a mission wakes up every day with a sense of urgency. He doesn't waste time. He doesn't let distractions pull him away. He stays focused because he knows that every action he takes either brings him closer to his purpose or further away from it. The most dangerous man is the one who has nothing to lose because he has no purpose. He is reckless, unfocused, weak. He spends his time chasing things that don't matter, filling the void with meaningless pursuits. But the most powerful man is the one who has everything to lose because his purpose is everything to him. He protects his time. He disciplines himself. He moves with intention, knowing that his mission is bigger than himself. If you don't have a purpose, your first priority is to find one. It won't come to you overnight. It requires deep reflection, self-awareness, and the willingness to take risks. It requires stepping outside of your comfort zone, trying new things, failing and learning. But once you find it, everything in your life will change. You will move differently, you will speak differently, you will carry yourself with confidence because you know exactly why you are here and what you are meant to do. A man's purpose is his compass. It keeps him on track when things get tough. It reminds him why he started when he feels like giving up. It pushes him to keep going when others would quit. Without it, he is lost. But with it, he becomes a force that cannot be stopped. Discipline is the foundation of success. It is what separates the men who achieve greatness from those who remain stuck in mediocrity. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps a man moving forward when motivation fades. The weak man waits until he feels like doing something, but the strong man does what needs to be done no matter how he feels. Discipline is not about being in the mood to work hard. It is about making hard work a habit, a non-negotiable standard that defines who you are. Most men fail not because they lack intelligence, talent, or opportunities, but because they lack discipline. They set goals, but they don't follow through. They start strong, but they give up when things get difficult. They allow distractions, comfort, and laziness to steal their potential. They lie to themselves, saying, "I'll start tomorrow," or "just this once won't hurt." But every excuse, every moment of weakness takes them further away from the life they claim to want. Discipline is doing the hard things even when no one is watching. It is waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It is hitting the gym when your body is tired. It is putting in extra hours on your goals when you'd rather relax. It is saying no to distractions, to temporary pleasure, to anything that does not serve your purpose. It is the ability to control yourself, to master your mind, and to push forward even when every part of you wants to stop. A disciplined man does not negotiate with himself. He does not waste time debating whether he feels like working, training, or improving. He simply does it. He understands that the mind is weak, that it will always look for the easy way out, and he refuses to let that weakness control him. He has standards, and he holds himself to them every single day, no matter what. The truth is, life does not reward those who try. It rewards those who do. No one cares about your excuses, your reasons, or your struggles. The world only sees results. Either you are disciplined and you win, or you are undisciplined and you lose. It is that simple. The greatest men in history, the ones who built empires, who dominated in their fields, who achieved legendary status, were not the most talented or the luckiest. They were the ones who outworked everyone else. They were the ones who stayed consistent when others gave up. They were the ones who understood that discipline is the ultimate superpower. Look at any successful man, and you will see discipline in every part of his life. His body is strong because he trains even when he doesn't feel like it. His mind is sharp because he reads, learns, and grows daily. His business thrives because he puts in the work day after day without excuses. His relationships are strong because he communicates, leads, and stays committed. Everything he has is a direct result of his ability to stay disciplined, to do what others won't, to hold himself accountable to a higher standard. Most men want success, but very few are willing to do what it takes. They say they want to be fit, but they won't sacrifice junk food or lazy habits. They say they want to be rich, but they won't invest in their skills or put in extra work. They say they want respect, but they don't discipline themselves to become the kind of man who commands respect. They want the rewards without the sacrifice, the results without the effort. But success doesn't work that way. You cannot cheat discipline. You cannot fake hard work. Either you put in the effort every single day, or you stay exactly where you are. The key to discipline is removing emotion from your decisions. Most men fail because they allow their feelings to dictate their actions. They only work when they feel motivated. They only train when they feel energetic. They only take action when they want to. But discipline means acting regardless of how you feel. It means showing up even when you're tired, working when you're unmotivated, and pushing forward even when progress feels slow. It means making excellence a habit, not a choice. If you want to transform your life, you must develop unshakable discipline. Start by making a commitment to yourself, to your goals, to your future. Set standards and refuse to lower them. Eliminate distractions, remove temptations, and build systems that keep you on track. Train your mind to do the hard things first. Condition yourself to embrace discomfort, because that is where growth happens. Discipline is the price of greatness. It is the key to power, success, and fulfillment. Without it, a man will never reach his full potential. With it, he becomes unstoppable. A man is defined by his actions, not his words. In a world full of talkers, the rarest and most respected men are those who do. It's easy to speak about ambition, to say you want success, to tell others about your big plans. But none of that matters if your actions don't back it up. A man who constantly talks but never executes is weak. He fools himself into thinking he is making progress simply because he says he will. But life does not reward words, it rewards results. The only thing that separates those who succeed from those who fail is action. Too many men waste time overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment, hesitating because they fear failure. They tell themselves, I'll start tomorrow, or I need more information before I begin. But tomorrow never comes, and waiting only leads to regret. A real man understands that there is no perfect time, no perfect plan, only action. He moves forward even when he doesn't have all the answers. He understands that experience is the greatest teacher and that progress is made through doing, not just thinking. The strongest men in history were men of action. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't sit around talking about what they could do. They took risks. They made decisions. They failed and adjusted. But most importantly, they moved forward. That is the difference between those who live great lives and those who simply exist. One group takes action, the other waits. And the longer you wait, the weaker you become. There is a harsh truth that most men don't want to accept. Nobody cares about your excuses. The world does not owe you anything. You can explain why you haven't taken action, why life is unfair, why things are difficult, but none of that changes reality. The only thing that matters is whether you did the work or not. If you are broke, if you are out of shape, if you are stuck in the same place year after year, the reason is simple. You didn't take enough action. That is the brutal truth, and the sooner you accept it, the sooner you can change. Taking action doesn't mean waiting until you feel ready. Readiness is a lie. You will never feel fully prepared because growth requires stepping into the unknown. If you wait until you feel confident, until the circumstances are perfect, you will stay exactly where you are forever. The most successful men act first and figure things out along the way. They don't need every detail before they start. They just start. They know that forward movement creates momentum, and momentum creates results. This applies to every area of life. If you want to get in shape, stop talking about starting a workout plan and go to the gym today. If you want to build wealth, stop researching endlessly and start executing a plan to earn more money. If you want to develop confidence, stop watching videos about it and put yourself in uncomfortable situations that force you to grow. Every day you hesitate is another day wasted. Most men live in their heads. They create perfect scenarios in their minds, imagining how life could be, but they never bring those ideas into reality. They waste time dreaming instead of doing. But the world does not reward those who could have been great. It rewards those who took risks, who failed but kept going, who refused to let fear or doubt stop them. It rewards those who take action. The truth is, the more you act, the stronger you become. The more you hesitate, the weaker you become. Action builds confidence. Action creates opportunities. Action separates winners from losers. If you train yourself to take action immediately, without overthinking, without waiting, you will gain a powerful advantage over 99% of men who are still stuck in the cycle of inaction. At the end of your life, you will not regret the times you took action and failed. You will regret the times you hesitated and did nothing. You will regret the chances you didn't take, the opportunities you let slip away, the life you could have had if only you had moved faster. The pain of inaction is far greater than the pain of failure, because failure at least means you tried. Inaction means you never even gave yourself a chance. So make the decision today. Stop talking, stop waiting, stop hesitating. Take action now, because that is the only way to build the life you truly want.